everybody, One of Wisdom here, and I have got a question for you.
Any last words?
Any last words? That comes courtesy of my friend Hoodsickle, and I've done that in every video now since Ambush, and I haven't really gotten to test it to see if people like it or hate it, but we're just gonna roll with it because 3 are left. That is right, we have almost unboxed all of the Wave 1 and Wave 2 Imaginators sent out by the folks at Skylanders, and as you should know, we're gonna be taking a gander at Hoodsickle. Now, Hoodsickle kind of interesting for a couple of reasons. Number one, a very cool dude back in Trap Team, but he was undead. He's made what is kind of more of a natural transition than some of the others jumping elements from undead to dark. I think that works. I'm fine with that. And it ties in with his background story, everything like that. So this is Hoodsickle. His slogan, as you should know, any last words? He is a Dark Element Sentinel Skylander. So, very cool thing with him is the artwork up top. It looks amazing. They've kept the undead vibe, the skulls, all that stuff, and I'm fine with that. I mean, he's a reaper. He should be emblazoned with skulls, even if he's of the life element. You know, I mean, I'm good with that. So, how do you open these Imaginators? Well, you've got these 2 tape dots centered on both sides, and then you've got a tab back here. Before we do that, we want to take a look at his inset box art. Okay, there we go. It's kind of reflecting back on the camera. Note the Dark Element logo's off to the left-hand side of the picture. Now that I see his eyes there, that's a pretty cool artwork, I have to say. Sensei Skylanders unleash almighty Sky Chi powers, and you can unlock unique gear and weapons for your Imaginator Skylanders. Imagine that. No pun intended. Sentinels, though, we just opened up Ember, who was a fire element Sentinel, so that is pretty sweet. We lift this up, all this packaging, very cool. It has those same Dark Element logos. Look at that blue. I am loving it. It looks really, really nice. It's hard to explain. I wouldn't call it a navy blue. It's a little lighter than that, but it looks really, really good. So let's see. Can we get him out? He's not wanting to come out. He's fighting it. We made it. We win. All right, so here he is. This right here is just your FCC, your warnings, your safety hazard stuff. The coolest thing, though, it's not taped, it's slid through. We've seen that in previous ones, but this is the new design. It's sort of like this C channel, U channel. In my opinion, they did that to hug the figures, to keep Hoodsickle in place, to basically keep him from, you know, coming apart, if you will. They're trying to get the Skylanders from point A to point B to C, D, E, and finally to you at your pool table or wherever you unbox and open up your Skylanders. Oh, he looks really nice out of the packaging. Let's go ahead. I like to start by releasing the canopy. It's just the typical 45 that you're accustomed to. Right here, I like to identify the weak points as we've always done. The scythe isn't really contained at all. It's just kind of hugging him around the waist and legs, and then around each arm, and in this case the shoulder and head. So given that, he may be a little bit more difficult to get out. And what do you know? He wasn't. So I think we're getting good at this. We're mastering the art of unboxing the Skylander Imaginators. Let's go ahead and fold this back. This is very easy to put back together if you're so inclined. Unlike Amiibo, though, Skylanders, you can play them through the packaging just fine. There's nothing blocking the, RFID signal from the Skylander to the portal. You're good to go. So, Dark Element we've got right here. Very, very cool. And as you can see, he is a Sentinel. We've got that same sort of like foggy, smoky, ethereal vibe going on the base. Very, very nice look, I must say. On the bottom side, you've got Activision and the Dark Element logo. Our other Dark Element Skylander right here is Starcast the Ninja. And if you didn't know, these bases are all uniform in size. They're bigger, they're longer, they have a footprint that's increased from previous sizes. That allows them to make a really heavy or top-heavy figure that might tip in the past. It allows them to do wide stances and long poses as well, which you can see here with Hoodsickle. So, once again, Dark Elements, Sentinel Sensei, and his slogan, any last words. There's a decent look at the figure. Coming from the undead element to dark, again, I'm okay with that. It works for me. He's got an interesting vibe. He's got those kind of like, he just looks spooky. He looks scary. He looks undead. It's a very, very menacing look. And that's just when you look at him. When I back out and you see that he's holding a scythe, it takes on a whole new level of scary. And that is fantastic. If you can emulate fear through a toy, you're doing something right in life. So what we've got here, he's got a very menacing pose, very imposing pose at that. The scythe is extremely well done. Let's just start there. You've got the two cutaways here. You sort of got the decorative trim, then you've got the scythe itself. I guess we're going to go cut some wheat in Stardew Valley. But the hood, it's got that kind of a new texture to it, if you will. Don't really know how to explain it, but it's nice. It's almost like a burlap or some sort of, a woven material, if you will. Not necessarily the feel, but what they're emulating. That's matched by his cloak here. The boots sort of have that same design almost as I think we've seen it before. It's almost like the earth element vibe. Note the very prominent silver skull. I love that they use silver. The traditional thing to do would have been to cop out and use gold to just blend in with the belt. This contrast, it provides interest. It's an item of detail that draws you in that portion of Hoodsickle, and it just breaks up the monotony. Sort of like a riveted collar style belt, which is again adds to the intimidation factor. The shin guards are kind of like actually kind of buckled. In fact, it's just a situation where the fronts are gold, which again I'd prefer silver, but it looks pretty good. Same thing here on the cuff guards on the gloves. You've got the gold design top and bottom. Always nice to see that detail. Coming in right there though, you can see the purple on the sleeves. Purple is a color that ties in well, in my opinion, with Undead and Dark, particularly when played off with these darker color schemes like we see here. And last but not least, you've got the silver skull shoulder pads, which is pretty dadgum cool. Hoodsickle himself in toy form, I have to say, pretty legit. It just conjures up fear, and like I said, that means you've done a good job. So we've reached the portion of the unboxing where I'm going to awkwardly spin him around and read his background story to you. Again, keep in mind Trap Team Undead transitioned over to the Dark Element. At first glance, it's easy to be frightened by Hoodsickle, no kidding. Some say it's his imposing stature that freaks them out. Others are unnerved by his menacing hood, but most just try to stay away from his long, sharp scythe. And it didn't help that he had a bad habit of disappearing and then suddenly popping up behind unsuspecting people. In fact, the trap masters that locked him away in Cloudcracker Prison hoped they would never have to see him again. But Master Eon thought there might be a chance for Hoodsickle to change his ways. Everyone said Eon was crazy, but after spending time with the mysterious creep, Eon learned that Hoodsickle was actually not a bad guy, just really super spooky. Hoodsickle took his job of terrifying others very seriously, and Eon believed that perhaps he could bring a similar dedication to teaching others as a sensei. Plus, he figured that Skylanders in training would certainly pay attention in his classes. This is all proven true, and Hoodsickle now teaches Sentinel Imaginators, who definitely hang on his every word. Or else. It's a very cool deal here, and again, he is a Sentinel Dark Element, so we've got other Dark Element here in Starcast, and coming over here to Miss Ember, we got another Sentinel Skylander. Here they are kind of side by side, note sort of like the long blades, if you will, that they share in common. But hey, this is Hoodsickle. I hope you enjoyed the video, the unboxing. If so, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts on Hoodsickle, how you rank him aesthetically, how excited you are to get him in your hands and play as him in Imaginators. And if you have any qualms about him jumping from Undead to Dark, to me that's one of the more natural transitions we've seen. There's some others I'm kind of like, I don't know. But this one I'm okay with. I think he'd be right at home in either one, really. But that said, leave a comment, hashtag Hoodsickle for a bonus brick in the Wall of Wiisdom. The Wall of Wiisdom is something I do in Wiisdom Plays Minecraft. It's basically my way of thanking you for supporting the channel. It's kind of an in-game shout-out people always want. It's just immortalized, barring a creeper or enderman, in the Wall of Wiisdom in a physical form in Minecraft. So, that said, you can also become a Scholar of Wiisdom. Information on that down below in the video description box. If you like what you see here, leave a like, tell your friends about my channel. Tell your Skylander buddies at school, hey, you know, I watch this guy, you should check him out. That's about all I got going in terms of growing the channel. I am up against everyone and their dog that has taken partnerships, and they cross-promote over me, and it really sucks. Didn't used to be like that in SSA and early Giants, and then everything changed, and it's been downhill ever since. It's an uphill battle for people like myself. I am not in a third-party network partnership. I have no intentions of taking one, and I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. And that's why you see inflated numbers on some channels in terms of subscribers. I feel like I maintain at least more of a niche audience and a loyal audience, and if we can expand that, fantastic. So again, if you want to help out in that regard, feel free to share the videos, post them up on forums or threads you visit or wherever you think they might be appreciated. Your help is definitely appreciated in response to that. That said, SkylanderClub.com, I created the site, I run the site, I made it for people like you, people like Hoodsickle, people that live, eat, and breathe Skylanders. Check it out, I think you will enjoy it. If so, feel free to sign up, I would love to have you join in on the action. You can follow me on Twitch and Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, and of course, check out my website, oneofwisdom.com. That said, I will catch you back here for more unboxing action from the pool table, and for myself and Hoodsickle, we will catch you back here later.